Oh, that's a new one I haven't heard before. Hi everyone, it's Tasha. Welcome to another recipe video. Another recipe video where yet again apparently I try to talk over other people's car alarms. And today we're going to be making one of my favourite Malaysian snacks, Pisang Goreng. Also spelled Goreng Pisang. Either way it means fried banana. You'll probably also see them on Chinese takeaway menus as banana fritters. They're essentially the same thing. Before I waffle on, timestamps are down below if you want to skip straight to the making of it. But if you'd like to stay for a little chat first, you're more than welcome. I feel like every Malaysian Chinese household has their own way of making Pisang Goreng. My mum used to make it with an egg batter that was quite thick and a little bit cakey and a little bit crisp. The store that I go to in Kota Kinabalu all the time in Lido Square, they seem to have a much thinner, crispier batter, which I suspect is made of rice flour and just water, maybe a bit of salt and other seasonings too. Some people put milk in their batter, some people just water, some people put water and butter, some people use coconut milk. Everyone has different ways. And I've been experimenting a bit to find my way. Mine uses a particular mix of rice flour and a little bit of wheat flour and a bit of corn flour too. Really it's the rice flour and a bit of corn flour that gives it that extra airy lightness and the crispness, but it's the wheat flour that gives it a little bit of body, because in some of my experimentations when I used only rice flour I only ended up with a very crisp, yes, but lacy thin layer around the bananas, and I want a good reasonably thick but not too thick layer. So this is the ratio that I came up with. I'll be honest, I used coconut milk because I had a tin of coconut milk that was about to go off that I really needed to use. On any other day I probably just would have used dairy milk, but actually the coconut milk happened to work really well, so that's what we're going with. These are very quick and simple to whip up even for breakfast. So with all that said, let's go to the kitchen and see how it's done. Let's start by making the batter. Here I have 130 grams of rice flour. This is regular old rice flour, not glutinous rice flour. I'm going to add 15 grams of plain flour, 10 grams of corn flour, a tablespoonful of custard powder, a teaspoonful of baking powder, a tablespoonful of caster sugar, and a pinch of salt. And I'm going to give these a light stir together. I'm going to be careful though because this is very fine flour and I don't want it to go everywhere in a cloud. Now I'm going to stir in 400 milliliters of coconut milk, which is pretty much this whole can. Looks a bit lumpy, don't worry, that's just because the cream separated in the tin. I tried to give it a shake, it didn't really combine, but it doesn't matter because we'll stir it all in anyway, so let's go. And I'm also stirring it in bit by bit so I don't get any lumps. And that is our batter. Now here I have peeled and halved 5 bananas. These are the long ones, the Cavendish ones that you can get at the supermarket. If you can find the small finger length bananas, those are even better, but I couldn't find them today, alas. But as a little tip, if you do have to use Western bananas, make sure they're not too ripe, still a little bit green. Now I've actually made enough batter here for 10 Cavendish bananas, 10 of those long bananas. But I'm only going to actually cook 5 today, but do make 10 bananas or you can halve the batter mixture, and I just wanted a bit extra batter to experiment with afterwards, so there you go. We're going to put a couple in here because we don't want our bananas to brown, but we're not going to put in too many either because we don't want to overcrowd the bowl. Actually that's absolutely fine, now I don't have to worry about my bananas browning. Now over here I have a bunch of vegetable oil and I'm heating it using my trick, and I know that it's ready to fry as soon as I put a wooden chopstick in, and it starts fizzing after a second or two, but not too violently. There we go. That is ready to fry. So I'm going to take a few bananas, I'm going to make sure they are well coated. I've got a fork here. I'm going to gently lower it into our oil. I'll just do 3 at a time. You really don't want to crowd it at this point because you don't want them sticking together. And we're just going to fry them until they're golden. And these are done. It only takes about, 3-4 minutes. I'm going to fish them out. I have a plate over here, which I have some kitchen paper on it. That's going to help to soak up the excess oil. So place it on there, and it'll keep them nice and crisp. And we're going to repeat this over and over again until all our bananas are done. And if you were wondering what I was doing with the rest of the batter, since I only made a half batch of the bananas, I'm making some mini waffles. All I did was I beat 1 egg into the leftover batter, and now I'm wafflifying it. It makes really nice, crisp, thin, chewy waffles. I like them. These look and smell really good. Let's break into one. Here's the one I broke open earlier. It's worth knowing that if you fry them for too long, then the bananas will start breaking down and getting even gooier, and you might find they'll also start exploding themselves out of the batter itself. So careful not to fry them for too long, just wait until they're just about golden and then they are ready. I haven't eaten yet today, I am very hungry, so I'm going to take a bite. Cheers! Gosh, I was so hungry I had to finish that. Okay, let's get the other half here. I will restrain myself from eating this one, I promise, while I talk. Crisp on the outside, lightly seasoned, very lightly salted, a little bit sweet batter. Sweet, almost caramelised banana with just a bit of firmness, because remember, we don't want to use the bananas when they're too ripe. Just a little bit of green in them. These are perfection. Some people like to dust a little bit of icing sugar over the top or drizzle a bit of honey or maple syrup. I don't think this needs this at all. I love these as they are. Hopefully I would have eaten my weight in these while I'm in Malaysia. I should still be there this week, but I'll be back by next week. But I will continue to make these at home too, because my gosh, these are delicious. So there you go, Malaysian Pisang Goreng, or banana fritters. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's recipe video, and I hope you'll join me next Wednesday for my next one. Get the full written recipe on my blog tashcakes.com, follow me on Instagram on tashcakes.tastes, and find me on TikTok too, I'm tashcakes there too, but my handle is food in slow motion. Subscribe and hit the notification bell if you'd like to see more, give this video a like if you'd like to help other people find it, comment down below if you'd like me to make anything in particular, and I will see you all next time. Be good, be nice, and have a good week.